All right, thanks everybody for coming to the Planning Commission here for El Dorado, January 23rd, 2025.
I'll give you a roll
Thank you.
call,
Yes.
Chairman.
Here.
Commissioner Barnaby.
Here.
Commissioner Fellers.
Here.
Commissioner Fischetti.
Here.
Commissioner LaForge.
Here.
Commissioner Leeson.
Here.
Chairman Letts.
Here.
Commissioner Long.
Here.
Commissioner Wilkes.
Here.
Awesome, looks like we're all here, so we got a quorum. Everybody get a chance to look over the minutes from last meeting? Any changes we need to make, or does it look good?
I move to approve the minutes from the 12/19/24.
I'll second it.
All right, all those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Okay, looks like those are good. So we will move on to new business here. Item number 1, case number 24-05-plat. Final plat for Cedar Ridge Estates First Edition. Mr. Rickard?
Yes, Chairman and Commissioners. SEH Engineering has submitted the final plat for Cedar Ridge Estates, first edition. If you recall, our meeting in December, we reviewed the preliminary plat for the entire development. They are ready to submit for final plating on the first edition, which is this portion of 46 lots located in the northeast corner of an 80-acre tract that was annexed into the city limits, directly east of the first edition, proposed first edition, is Butler Community College. To the west, the shaded area on there is floodplain, and there is the College Acres addition that fronts Tawanda Avenue further to the west from there. The first edition of this plat will create 46 lots. It is zoned as R3. There's a plan for different levels of residential structures in there, from townhomes to single family. The developers here, along with the developer representative, if you should have any questions of them. In the memo given to you all tonight are the requirements for the compliance of the zoning and subdivision regulations of the city. Spelled all that out. The plat is presented to staff, and a part of your packet this evening is in compliance with our subdivision regulations and zoning requirements.
All right.
You want to see if the developer would like to come up and speak?
We can do that?
Yep.
Yeah. Come on up.
Eddie Damon Jr., 1010 East Northcrest Road, El Dorado.
Thank you.
I didn't know if you guys had any questions from the last time we'd met about this. I think everything pretty much maintained the same, except we changed some of the twin home lots from twin homes to single-family dwellings in the entrance, the main entrance, back into that first road that goes west. But other than that, everything else is pretty much the same as what we originally had planned on. I didn't know if you had any questions.
How wide is the utility easement on the eastern border there?
The backs up to Butler.
Yeah.
I think it's 20 feet, Scott. I can't read that.
Yeah, and there's actually a reserve there as well. So from the shared property line of Cedar Ridge Estates and Butler Community College, there's a 45-foot buffer. And then on top of that, there's a 15-foot utility easement on west of that. So you can see this, where my cursor is, that is a 45-foot reserve. So that will be owned by the development. That can't be built upon. The reserve places restrictions on that as to be reserved as open space. And then west of the reserve is a 15-foot utility easement. In subdivisions, you'll see the sanitary sewer, electric, communication, utilities placed in the rear, and waters in the front, in the right-of-ways.
Are they allowed to build the fences past the utility easement?
They are, with the understanding that if they ever need to be taken down, they will be taken down
But they're not allowed to build it in the buffer zone,
in the reserve.
the reserve? Okay.
So all your lines and utilities will be underground.
Yeah, correct.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thanks.
All right, I will entertain a motion. Or I guess we'll close the presentation first.
Yeah, and ask if there's any further discussion,
Yeah.
and then ask for a motion.
And then discussion. From anybody? Anybody got anything to talk about with this?
Looks like a
that
good
we haven't
project.
done? I liked it last time, so, yeah. Okay, so we'll close the discussion here, and I will take a motion.
I move to approve the final plat of Cedar Ridge Estates, first edition as presented.
Can I get a second?
Second.
I believe we need a roll call on that one.
Correct.
Okay.
Chairman Letts,
Yes.
Commissioner Leeson,
Yes.
Commissioner Long,
Yes,
Commissioner LaForge,
Yes.
Commissioner Wilks,
Yes.
Commissioner Fischetti,
Yes.
Commissioner Barnaby,
Yes.
Commissioner Fellers.
Yes.
Motion passes 8-0.
Fantastic. And we don't have any old business
We do
to
not.
discuss, all right? And staff items for next, it's just the next meeting, right?
Yeah, we are looking at a replat of the El Dorado Business Park, which would be considered the second edition. The El Dorado Business Park is where the Holiday Inn and the Days Inn is, west of Boyer Road. This replat will be for the portion of the property that does not have streets built today.
Is that on the west side of Days Inn and,
Yeah, even on further west,
Even
so
on
it
further west.
abuts the turnpike, and it goes as far south as Tawanda Avenue. Part of the reason for the replat is, putting some reserve on some property for a future KTA turnpike interchange. That will need to have some property, there, as well as reconfiguring lots so they're more, in line with what we're seeing from the market is looking for the industrial type uses. So, not anything too significant, but yeah.
Hey, just a quick question based upon what you said. You're saying we could have 3 turnpike interchanges in the future? Or would they close one?
So the city of El Dorado, KDOT, and the Turnpike commissioned the study to look at the interaction of the highways in El Dorado, specifically 254 and the Turnpike and El Dorado's growth. So the interchange at Boyer, where it is today, would still be near the same mile marker on the turnpike. It would just function completely different than it does today, just with flyovers on and off ramps. And it wouldn't even be like you're slowing down, you know, to either get off the turnpike and get on 254 or vice versa. A
What's that-
lot of that is dependent on growth and need.
what's that road just to the west? Like if you're on Tawanda, right, going out, and instead of turning on Boyer, you can keep going to the west, and you go past the,
On 96.
yeah, what is that? Because that kind of has an entrance and exit on it, right?
Turns
That
into-
you're thinking of doing on the Boyer? Something
Yeah,
similar
that's
like that?
Purity Springs,
Okay.
as it curves across over the top of the
Yeah.
turnpike. No, but, granted, this plan is like looking way into the future, so nothing's definite, but there would be some interaction with K-90, 196 and the turnpike and K-254.
Okay,
It's kind of, the concept design of it is in phases.
I was gonna say, those are kind of close to each other, that's why I was wondering, yeah.
And then, we did also study, an additional, exit entrance from the turnpike at Rocky Road. So Rocky Road is,
Get ice cream.
Rocky Road is, as you are going north on Haverhill Road, try to get, where BG Products is, out in that area in the industrial park. Rocky Road goes underneath the turnpike and heads to the old Oil Hill area. So there's some concept designs for an interchange there. That interchange would just serve industry, more or less. And then, no changes to the north exit.
I'm going to say that the Kansas Turnpike, if they wanted that, that'd be all on them, and none of the city financing that.
That- I'm not gonna speak for the turnpike, but in my talks with them, what drives them is they operate more like a business. So if they increase their tolls, it makes sense for them to allow more access, and vice versa. They definitely are vested in the growth of Kansas and helping with economic development. But it's a lot simpler for them to, say, add interchanges today, now that they're cashless and there's no slowing down, it's just no toll boost, none of that.
Is the land out there that would be replatting, is that part of like the land bank of El Dorado, or is that privately owned?
It is not in the land bank, it's owned by the city of El Dorado, but they are one and the same. The land bank is governed by, the trustees of the land bank are the city commissioners of the city of El Dorado.
Okay.
So there's certain properties that may have a taxable liability on them, that it makes sense for the city commission to put in the land bank to defer paying taxes until something happens on it.
Okay.
Scott, let's go to the other side of town. Is the new bridge over the Walnut River still on schedule and moving forward?
It's moving forward, it's slowly moving forward, but they are working on design. Coordination with the railroad is progressing, but that is a slow process. 2026 or 2027, that would be underway likely.
Okay.
Just so you are aware as well, in the fall of this year, the bridge on 12th Avenue headed out to the lake will be demolished, and a new bridge will be built there. So that'll be quite a detour for people wanting to go to the lake or the ball fields, where we hold soccer and flag football and softball.
The bridge out by, which bridge is that you're talking about? The one,
12th Avenue, so as you're heading to the lake.
Just past Vintage.
oh, the one just next to Vintage.
Yep.
Okay. I couldn't think, yeah.
And that's going to have a pedestrian sidewalk put on it,
Correct.
which the city is going to chip in and pay for that.
Not on the bridge. We're hopeful to get a grant to build a bike path
Okay.
that would connect to our bike path and take it all the way out to
So
The
the
ball
bike
diamonds.
path is not a done deal on that then?
It's in the commission's capital improvement.
Okay, the CIP, okay.
All right. Can I get a motion for adjournment?
Move to adjourn.
And a
I second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed,
Thank
say
you.
no.